Knicks Nation, today is Wednesday, the 27th day of March, 2024. I hope you're all safe and healthy today. I hope that your family is safe and healthy and that the needs of you and your family in terms of food, shelter, clothing, as well as health are being met today. Blessings upon those that work in the healthcare field, along with the first responders who every day are saving lives. Those also that pick up garbage to keep our streets and cities clean and disease free. Those that make deliveries for our convenience. Double blessings upon the men and women that are out here trying to help rescue, deliver, and recover the unfortunate victims that are teenagers and children of child molestation and pedophilia. People that are also victims of pornography, child pornography, prostitution, child prostitution, human trafficking, and sex slavery. Double curses on all the perpetrators of these things, double curses on those that profit from these things, and double curses on all those perverts that create the demand for these things. Finally, blessings upon the homeless. Nearly 600,000 men, women, and children, many families homeless in the United States of America, and millions around the world in similar or worse conditions. Blessings upon them, for theirs is the kingdom. So there's going to be a basketball game tonight in Toronto. The New York Knicks are playing the Toronto Raptors in Toronto tonight. Right now, every game is critical, every game. And the Knicks, fortunately, have a little bit of an advantage tonight because RJ and Emmanuel quickly are out. Jacob Podol is out for Toronto, so they're missing. Scotty Barnes is out also. Chris Boucher is out. So there's a lot of talent missing from Toronto. Of course, we can't take any game lightly. The thing is about this team that we have now is nobody that's playing right now is going to take anybody lightly. They're all going to come out like gangbusters like they did against Detroit. People, so I've got comments from people saying, well, finally Tom Thibodeau's learned. No, this is the bad attitude that some of the Knicks Nation have. Tom Thibodeau learns all the time, but in order for him to play the way he wants to play, he needs the ingredients. You can't ask a chef to cook your favorite meal and then don't give him all the ingredients. Finally, what we have this year is a team that has Tom Thibodeau's thumbprint all over it. Leon Rose and Tom Thibodeau over the last 4 years have carefully put together what we have right here. It's been in process for 4 years. What happens in Knicks, I got a few comments about people saying, well, we're going to win multiple championships. People seem to get carried away on the negative or the positive. Let's keep steady. Just like we want our Knicks to keep steady. Let's keep steady. Right now, we're trying to get playoff positioning for at least the third seed if we can. And so right now, we got to beat Toronto, okay, tonight. Orlando is now, as far as the standings are concerned, Orlando's a full game behind the Knicks right now. And the Knicks are only a half game behind Cleveland right now. And then, of course, the Knicks are only, at this point, the Knicks are 2.5 games behind the second seeded Milwaukee Bucks. Boston has already clinched the East, so that's over. But if the Knicks can get a third or a second seed, the better they could get it, because then they have a more favorable position against teams coming up in the playoffs. So now I'm not worried about meeting Boston at any time. Boston need to worry about meeting the Knicks. See, this is the thing, y'all. If the Knicks had to play Boston in the first round of a 7-game series, the pressure would be on Boston. They have to get to the finals. They were just in the finals 2 years ago. They have now put all in with Kristaps Porzingis and Jrue Holiday. They must get to the finals. If they do not get there, their head's going to roll. Okay? So the pressure's on them. That pressure, and then playing against a fully healthy New York Knicks team, they don't want to see us at all. Not in the first round, not in the second round, not in the Eastern Conference. They don't want to see us. Okay? So we, the Knicks, are not worried about anybody. See? There's nobody in the East that the Knicks need to be worried about. They can compete and beat anybody in the East in a 7-game series. How long has it been since we've said that? I can't remember the last time that has been said, as a matter of fact, because when the Knicks, the last time they were really good was when Pat Riley coached. And during that time, they were winning 55, 60 games a year. But they still had to run through Chicago, which ended up being their nemesis in a few years. So then they lost to Houston in the finals. So there was always something to stop them from getting out of the Eastern Conference. Namely, it was Jordan and Chicago. There's no such animal now. There's no such animal now. There's no team in the East, including Boston, that we need to worry about coming out of the East. And I'm not saying the Knicks can't lose to anybody, but I'm saying that we can legitimately say there is no team that they cannot beat. See, all season I've been quiet mostly as people been saying, well, they can't compete with Bucks or they can't compete with Celtics or they're going to have problems this year with Miami. This is where we at. 11 games left in the season. Knicks in the 4th seed, pushing for the 3rd seed or the 2nd seed. Everybody's looking over their shoulder at the Knicks right now. Okay, so tonight, what I'm dealing with, maybe y'all dealing with it too, is what we currently been dealing with for 4 years under this regime. It's a combination of admiration and frustration. What do I mean? Well, in this particular situation right here, the admiration and frustration is we admire how the Knicks keep everything close to the vest. That they don't put out stuff. That's why most of the time when people are putting out rumors about the Knicks, you can label it BS. Because the Knicks don't let nobody know nothing. There are people that probably work in Madison Square Garden still don't know what's going on because the Don and his inner sanctum with Walt Perrin and Tom Thibodeau, they keep everything close to the vest. They don't tell you nothing. Latest example of this is the handling of Mitchell Robinson, Julius Randle, and OG Anunoby. Everything is close to the vest. Nobody knows what's going on. I thought all three of them be playing by now. They're not. And so we are looking at this. You have to look at it logic and say, why wouldn't they be playing? Of course, the media wants to be negative right off the bat. So every injury is worse than we thought, and he may not be able to ever come back. Let's get over that BS. But the Knicks are being strategic here, obviously. If you look at it logically, they're being strategic. Why would they push these three guys back right now when they're playing cupcakes and they're winning? They're winning. Now, some people had trouble with me calling the midget crew, say it was a slander. Some people, I can't believe you said that. Better believe this channel, first of all, ain't no politically correct channel. I try to be a gentleman most of the time, but some of y'all push me to the line, okay? But no, I looked it up, thinking of midgets, and I said, what is the politically correct term for midgets? And I was surprised to find out it's the word dwarf. Like dwarf is the preferred term. I have to be honest. Midget sounds a lot better to me. Tell me what y'all think. I'm sure you will, but midget sounds better than dwarf. And the reason they came up with that, and this was a Google search, the reason they came up with that is because people that whose growth is stunted, are that below like 4 feet tall, are considered victims of dwarfism. That's the official term. So they call them dwarfs. I don't know. It's like, I don't know. That reminds me of Snow White and them. So I like midgets better. So anyway, the Knicks been winning with the midgets playing. They've been winning, okay? And so why you want to change that right now when you're going through some cupcakes? Okay, so let's keep doing that and rest our guys. Now, the first game, as we know, the first game on the schedule that I feel like we really want to try to get our guys in, because we do need to get them at least 3 or 4 or 5 games under their belt to get ready. But really, Sunday against Oklahoma City at 7. Oklahoma City is battling for the top seed in the West. They just beat the Pelicans last night. I was watching that game, and they really they look very good, solid from top to bottom. Bench is solid, coaching is solid, defense is great. Everybody knows their roles and is playing their roles at a high level. So Sunday against Oklahoma City, I would like to see some of our guys back. And I still got a feeling we will, because you got Oklahoma City, Miami, and at Miami. Then you got Sacramento. Then you got Chicago like 3 times. So, and then, of course, the Bucks on April 7th. So we'd like to get our guys back. I'm thinking by Sunday. I'm trying to think logically, because I ain't got no information on this. I got no information on this, just to let y'all know. I'm just logically looking at this and saying, okay, because one thing I have bought into for about 4 years now, we got a very competent coach, very competent front office. So you think, what would a competent organization and culture do? Like, what would San Antonio do? What would Miami do? What would they do in our situation? What would teams that are long-term sustainable winning do? Because that's how you got to think about our team. You see, understanding that most of the media is still negative on the Knicks, and unfortunately, a lot of y'all still buying into that BS. You got to look at your team as a competent, winning, solid culture from top to bottom right now, because that's what you really have. So now, with that in mind, I'm thinking, as long as they can keep winning against the Detroits, the Torontos, and the San Antonios, why would they bother bringing back their guys for them? No, you might want to bring them back for Oklahoma City and Miami, though. So I'm thinking that that's the case. I would be a little concerned if I didn't see any of the three guys that are out back for one of those games. But we'll see. Let's cross that bridge when we get to it. Right now, like I said, it's frustration and admiration. Frustration being, we want them back. Admiration being they keep everything close to the vest and they don't just let stuff leak out to anybody. And then they bring it out when they feel to. So now we're going to see how this works. But tonight we got Toronto. Can't look past Toronto. We need this win right now. The schedule, the NBA schedule right now tonight, Miami is playing Golden State. No, that was last night. Miami lost to Golden State. Okay, so the Knicks play Toronto. Cleveland is playing Charlotte. That's another win for Cleveland. Charlotte has pretty much mailed it in right now. Orlando is playing Golden State tonight in Orlando. Golden State's on the Florida trip now. And then you got, as far as the other games, Philly is playing the Clippers. That's cool. And then Chicago is home against Indiana. So, our rivals are Indiana, Philly, Orlando, Cleveland. Cleveland will probably win. I'm hoping Orlando gets beat like Miami got beat last night by Golden State. It's a back-to-back for Golden State. Tough back-to-back. And then I'm hoping the Clippers can beat Philly. And I'm hoping Chicago can beat Indiana. All that helps the Knicks. And, of course, the Knicks got to handle business against Toronto tonight. So all we want the same dudes, the same 7-8 guys. Burks is listed as questionable right now. He might play. He might not play. We'll find out. And so you're going to have the same 7-8 guys. Precious coming off your bench. Probably Sims, who's got fresh legs. Deuce will start with the other guy. Deuce and the Villanova crew with Hartenstein. And then, he's going to probably play Deuce more than 40 minutes, and hopefully Deuce's shot has been what it's been and his defense is what it is. So let's hope that everything's tight and nobody else gets hurt. And let's get this game. Let's get this W against Toronto and keep up with everybody in the East and keep moving forward toward that third seed. Y'all enjoy the game. Enjoy your Wednesday. So.